us. I'd like for you to welcome a self-taught pianist that is listened to over 220 different radio stations and a man of God that loves Jesus deeply. Will you welcome David Nevue? I've asked David to share that moment in his life where we would describe it as heaven on earth for him and how it led to the writing of the piece of music that he's going to share with us today.
Thanks, Gabe. So, hey, how you doing? I'm doing great. I'm going to play a piece for you it's a favorite of mine. It's very close and dear to my heart because it really came out of a period of time where I was just earnestly seeking God, not knowing what I would find and not even knowing how to find him. Years ago, late one night, I am lying in bed just tossing and turning, and I cannot sleep. I just can't. My soul is in turmoil. I am in anguish, and I'm praying, and I'm just sitting there watching the clock. And I really hate that because I have to tell you, I'm a guy who hates to waste time. And for me, sleeping is a big waste of time. But when I'm not sleeping and I'm supposed to be sleeping, that's just the worst. I hate that. So I'm just sitting there and I'm just in turmoil and I'm like, what am I doing? I've been tossing and turning for 2 hours. My mind's just churning and spinning, going over these problems over and over, trying to solve them, trying to figure it out. What am I supposed to do? I just thought, I'm just so tired of this. I'm just so tired. So I went downstairs to my piano. And I had my Bible with me, as I usually do. And I opened it up, just determined to just spend some time with the Lord and just read his word and just play, just kind of sit at the piano and just kind of see what happens. And I turned to Psalm 77. I began to read. And I began to see my heart on this page. And it really spoke to me. I cried out to God with my voice. To God with my voice. And he gave ear to me. In the day of my trouble, I sought the Lord. My hand was stretched out in the night without ceasing. But my soul refused to be comforted. I remembered God, and I was troubled, and I complained, and my spirit was overwhelmed. Lord, you hold my eyelids open. I am so troubled that I cannot speak. I've considered the days of old, the years of ancient times, and I call to remembrance my song in the night, and I meditate within my heart. My spirit makes diligent search. Will the Lord cast off forever? Will he be favorable no more? Has his mercy ceased? Has his promise failed? Has God forgotten? And I said, this is my anguish. But I will remember the years at the right hand of the Most High, and I will remember the works of the Lord. Surely I will remember your wonders of old, and I will meditate on all of your work, and I will talk of your deeds. Your way, O God, is in the sanctuary. Who is so great a God as our God? You are a God who does wonders. You have declared your strength among the people, and you have, with your arm, redeemed your people. Folks, it's all about Jesus. It's all about him. And when we find ourselves in that tailspin and we start turning inward and looking at ourselves and our situation, there's just no end to that. It's all about looking up. It's about trusting him. It's about praying that prayer, as the Lord said, Our Father who is in heaven, holy is your name. Let thy kingdom come and thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. It's all about him. And in this psalm, we see Asaph in anguish and then realizing the God that it is that he serves and remembering the great works that he's done. The God of wonders, the God who saves his people, who by his own hand redeemed us. That's the God I serve. That's the God I get to serve. So reading this, I sat at the piano and just let my fingers do what they do. And this melody started to speak out to me, and I sat there at the piano all night long, praying and playing. My music being my prayer, my music being that prayerful incense that I'm just sending up to the Lord. Oh, Lord, hear my prayer. This is called the vigil.